it in tonight for our DEI Advisory Board. Want to just acknowledge the fact that we currently have 2 open positions on the board. One is a city spot, and then the other is the resident, the 1-year resident spot. So that leaves us with 5 active board members, 3 are in attendance, so that does give us quorum. And maybe I will start with that, the vacant board position. I went ahead and passed along to Noah the request to publicize the opening. So that has gone out on the city's website. I'll do the same thing in the next few days where we'll drop it. I'll drop it at different locations throughout the community. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to me or anyone else on the board. Or you can also reach out to the clerk of council. I guess that's it about that. All right. The DEI calendar. The next event is, so Indigenous Peoples Day is Monday the 10th. No, Monday the 9th. But I was connecting with Catherine with the Norwood Library. And if you recall, last year she did the storyboard around the Norwood Mound. And I thought that would be a really lovely thing to do again. So we're thinking about doing that, not for Indigenous Peoples Day, but instead for the month of November, which is Native American History Month. For Native.
That's right.
Okay. Trying to get the names right. American Indian Heritage Month. There we go. So she's going to go ahead and she just has to write a letter to Noah stating the intent and then get that out. I was also working on our land acknowledgement. We did that last year on the council meeting. The first council meeting in November. And a resident's son actually came and read it and was really, really sweet. He did all the research on it. I did send an email to see if he'd be willing to come and do it again. I've not heard back. So we could reach out to one of the local Indigenous organizations. One of the things that I'm always aware of is that is an ask. We're asking someone to take their time to do that when it's really supposed to be sort of our responsibility to acknowledge, not their job to do the emotional labor. So I can reach out and see what their thoughts are about that. And then I'm also wanted to just see what your thoughts were about having a land acknowledgement on the city website and see if the mayor would be open to that.
I think that's a good idea.
I like that idea a lot.
Okay. I can share with you guys the land acknowledgement. We could also run it by, there is an expert at the Cincinnati Museum and the Archives who I was talking with probably 2 years ago now, when we were first considering trying to get a historical marker for the mound. And we decided we were going to do Marsh Park first because of the anniversary of Marsh Park was coming up, and so we put the mound next. So we could reach out and see if that's something that he could review and make sure that we're being historically accurate and all that jazz. And then a letter to Vic to see how he feels about that. I do know that the website was going to be getting a little bit of a like a facelift. It's going to be the same website, but like maybe update pictures and things like that. So this would be a good time to do that as well.
Yeah, for sure. That's great.
And then we have the overall DEI calendar, which I don't know anyone's had time. I did one for Rosh Hashanah.
And thank you for that.
You're welcome. I didn't get it to City Hall in time, but I did create it for next time.
Excellent.
That's the point, to be prepared in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also very slow on that, but I feel after next month, I will be able to get more done.
A little
So,
more breathing room. A little more breathing room.
yes, I will have more free time in my evenings. So I will definitely get some done before the end of the year, I swear.
Do we have a kind of a due date on that at all? Or
I think we were just kind of, I don't think we did hard assignments last time.
Right.
Right. We just,
that meeting is fresh in my mind, so we just were kind of
that's true.
taking whatever chunks. Shireen said the Muslim holidays she would
Yeah.
focus on, so, and then that was kind of the only commitment. So, yeah, slow and steady wins the race, as they say.
yes.
And I think what we can do, or my plan, which actually I didn't do with the one I made, is we could put the graphic in the document. And then
Yeah.
we could just pull it out of there for, yeah. Sweet. Anything else in regards to the calendar?
Other than my slacking, I have nothing to report.
Same.
No, we did a bunch of other things. So let's talk about what we
Yes.
all did. We all did a bunch of really exciting things on
Yes.
Saturday.
We did.
Do you want to share?
Yeah, we can talk about how we were there with lots of other residents and volunteers and folks running for office and just neighbors of Ida and of that part of our city, and it was awesome. And we had donuts and coffee, which was delicious, and we dug a lot of holes, and I didn't know I had the power. I actually, now that I know that I have this power, I purchased bulbs of my own to do this at my house,
Aw.
which is smart or not. I'm not sure yet, but we have that tool, and it just went really well. And our public works folks who showed up on a Saturday and with the augers and Mr. Susan Hoover, a special shout out with another auger, ran home and grabbed it and came and were helping, and we had lots of people. And it was 9 a.m. to noon, and we had people at 8:45 and 12:15, and it was an excellent show of what we can do, I think, in the city. From a resident's perspective, I have not probably done a lot of volunteering off the top of my head, but in that day, I came home and I was just really happy to have been part of it and part of the message, and to see other people, and nobody pooped out in the middle, and it was just awesome. It was really good. And we, with our goal of 1,721 bulbs, I think we had 4 or 5 bags of bulbs left over, which I think it said there were 40 bulbs in each bag.
Yeah, I need to do the final count.
But that means we planted a heck of a lot of bulbs. And without every single person there, it just wouldn't have happened. So it was just super cool. And just to talk, have conversations about Marsh Park and what it has done for people. There was one woman who lived right next door and was talking about the basketball court and that people use it, and that someone had dragged a basketball hoop actually there to use it. So to have it restored would be something that the neighborhood would really appreciate, and just to hear those things happening there was just really cool. So, and the mighty hole digger. I didn't know. This was like a hidden talent. So it was great. It was a lot of fun, and I appreciate all the hard work to get us to that point. And yeah, onward and upward. Thank you to everybody. It was a great time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The only thing I would share is that there are some bulbs left to plant. Public Works is going to be picking them up and filling in spots that could use a little bit more if it's possible. Although, when the gentleman was dropping off the bulbs at my house, I was trying to picture what does 1,700 bulbs look like.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of black garbage bags. That's kind of what it looks like.
Is that what-
Lots of very heavy black garbage bags. I wasn't sure if I'd be getting like a truck with, the beep, beep, beep.
Right.
But he's like, no one complains about too many flowers. I was like,
It's true.
yeah.
And they bloom and they're so beautiful. And then the beauty of it, like you said, just mow right over them
Yeah.
after they're done, and they'll just continue to bloom and bloom. It's happened in my yard for years, and that's the only reason they're still there. Very low maintenance. So.
Well, that's very, very exciting. So the next thing we need to start attending to is the basketball court or taking a look at the other quotes. When Clint and I when we were at Marsh Park on Saturday, one of the other public works gentlemen actually does some concrete work. So I'm gonna share the specs that Darren Hackworth had and just see if that's something that he would be able to manage at a lower price. And then we also need to get another couple estimates for the basketball court. And in terms of the play equipment, start getting quotes for that as well. And then look at getting like capital funding from a state level, or looking into grants as well. So that's sort of what needs to happen next.
Awesome.
Does anybody have a contact or a piece of that sounds fun to them? I've got the basketball and the information to give to Clint.
State funding would be the next piece of that. State.
Yeah. Or grants. So the state funding, I would have some access to that through OKI, so that wouldn't be until next calendar year.
Okay.
So we need to start, and it might be interesting to see if we can do something. This is where we we branch over into the Parks Committee. If there's a bigger grant we could get to update multiple parks play equipment. That, if we did a bigger ask for a bigger space, that might actually be more beneficial, because sometimes these things are for big sums.
Sure. Is there any updating that's happened at other parks with grant funding that we could kind of copy and paste?
Not that I know of. I know that when Waterworks redid their courts, was any of that grant funded?
Looking.
I have the email because it had all the prices on it, but now I can't remember.
Okay, what if we put on either next month's agenda or for after the first of the year to start looking at the OKI information that you have? If you have any idea when that opens off the top of your head, then we can kind of plan on what agenda it falls on.
Yeah.
If it's next year, would it be like February agenda?
Honestly, okay, here's the basketball thing. That was easy to find. Budget proposal.
I would say it looks like there are a lot of state grants for parks, but obviously I'm not on the Parks Committee, so I don't.
Okay.
I'm looking. There's like Nature Works grants, and there's an Ohio Parks and Recreation
Interact.
Association.
They got some money from Interact for Health.
Okay. That's Waterworks, you said?
Yeah, Waterworks, when they redid the basketball hoop, the courts rather. There was like 4 of them.
Where was it from again? I'm sorry.
Interact for Health.
Thank you. It was there and then it was gone. Okay, so Interact for Health, OKI, OPRA or Ohio Parks and Recreation Association is.
Oh, so you're a Parks girl.
I'm a Parks gal, yes. So we do. I don't know that we would ever receive funding from them, or I can chat with our grants coordinator at Great Parks and see if she's got any suggestions for us to where we would reach out and where kind of what this project would fall under and things like that. So I can do that. We have.
And then part of it, like the artistic piece, like the part, because again, my hope would be not only would we have the court resurfaced, it might need to be totally rebuilt, but then have like our Norwood students work with artworks to design and create the artwork on the court like they did at Waterworks. And that piece of it, the design and the labor could be through a grant from Art. Wait, there's Artworks and there's Art Wave.
I think
From
it's,
Art Wave.
I think-
Wave is
yeah.
the funding branch, right?
Okay.
I think that's right.
I thought Artworks was more of like mural type things, and then
They
Arts
do
Wave
the work,
was-
Arts Wave
Arts
has the
Wave, I think, does
funding.
funding.
Okay, then I'm totally wrong.
No, you're not wrong. Just Artworks does the design and helps, and does the organization of it.
Okay.
They just don't have the money.
Okay, so like Artworks is or
The
Art
fund- it's the
Wave is
funding,
the
right?
501c3 or whatever piece of it.
Yeah. But there's two separate organizations.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I said wing of it, which is wrong. They're two separate, but with names that are
Very similar.
similar that
That's
make
okay.
my brain.
Art stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, yeah, the OKI, did anybody just look that up real quick?
Oh, that'd be me.
Okay.
I've got that meeting next week. Deadline is February. So, yeah.
Okay. That seems fine. So we can put it on agenda for next meeting to discuss. Have you received funding from them before?
No, I don't know that Norwood, not in my
okay,
recollection, but
okay.
I'm the Norwood representative on OKI.
Okay, I was thinking if you knew, like, if it's, I mean, grant submissions are never easy or quick or whatever, but
No.
if you knew any bit of how to navigate it, it might be helpful.
No, we've not.
But realistically, this project potentially could go into 25, so.
Yes.
It's not, I don't think it's off the table in any way, shape, or form.
Correct.
So let's just, put some time on, like, put that on the agenda for next, month.
Next month.
Yeah, just, can we do a little research on it, somebody? I can do
That
the
would be me.
research.
I should know it, and I'm annoyed I don't know it, but that's.
No, okay, well, that's okay, we'll get it, and then we'll just have a
Thanks
chat
for the support.
about it, yeah, you can't know everything, so even though you really want to.
I'm like in there somewhere.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, cool. Excellent, okay, so we have some
Oh,
avenues to explore for these improvements.
here would be a question. Going back to my email. I could pass if somebody wanted to do a thing and wanted to reach out to the basketball people. I can find their contact.
Okay,
Is it like to get a quote or to get funding?
To get a quote, this is who did that, the Waterworks. It was
Okay.
Boardman Athletics.
Okay.
And
Excuse me.
let me tell you how much it cost.
Perpetual excuse me for the money.
for eternity, granted.
Oh, thank you.
Susan, if you want to you can forward that to my email,
Okay, sweet.
and I'll follow up.
Oops. Doing it right now.
Cool. Excellent. Is that all we have on March Park?
Yes. Oh, wait. Darren had the fence line repaired and the split rail fence was all stained. So that looks
It
a
looked
lot
very
better.
nice.
A
Yeah,
lot
it looks
better.
great. Okay, fantastic.
Excuse me.
Any idea how to spell Darren's name?
Darrin.
I-N. Thank you.
Hackworth. He's a
Got it.
sweet guy.
Cool.
I was just gonna pull up and see how much it cost. Here's the budget narrative. So Interact for Health gave them 17,000. And then so the whole thing there was like 17,000 plus 5,000. That looks like that was the full price. And I would say the estimate we got was double that. Oh, no.
25,000.
No, I totally lied. ASCP Norwood is requesting 22,000 from Interact for Health. The application funding, so the whole project was 63,000.
Okay.
That was for 4 basketball courts.
Okay.
And this is a half. Is that right?
I think it's half.
It looks.
It doesn't look
full.
like a full size.
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, is Waterworks 4,
Oh, Waterworks?
or is it just 2 full courts?
I've never played basketball at Waterworks.
I think it's just
Do
2
not know.
full courts.
Same.
I'm often at Waterworks, but I'm usually in the pool. So.
That is a great place to be at Waterworks.
Okay, so
Or
that's
the-
just
or
a
the
sense of
softball
how
field.
much it's gonna be, a lot. But they got 22,000 from Interact for Health, is my understanding from that. I sent it over to you.
That's great. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay.
And then, any other unfinished business?
Not to jump around on the agenda
Oh,
too much,
yeah, sure.
but I saw it on Facebook today, so it took me a second to find it again. For Indigenous Peoples Day weekend, 21C, which is Cincinnati, not Norwood, but the museum and hotel, they're having an Indigenous Peoples Day convergence.
I saw
Did you see that?
Yeah.
So it's the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. And of course, we are not affiliated with it, but if any viewers at home would like to go check it out this weekend, I think it'd be a great activity. But Friday, they open the gallery, and then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, they have speakers on Saturday. You can look at the website, but it's called the Indigenous Peoples Day Convergence, and it's amplified Afro-Indigenous voices. It's from the Urban Native Collective. But like I said, it'll be at 21C. It seems like most events are in the evenings, and then Saturday it's all day, and then Sunday you can visit the exhibit, which I'm upset I will be out of town for a wedding, so I will miss it. But if I were in town, I would be attending.
Excellent. That's good to know,
'Cause,
though,
yeah,
for sure.
It seems like it'll be a great event, and I think they've had it previously, is what I'm guessing. They're saying it's a return of the convergence. So
Great.
yeah, I just wanted to let the viewers know that they could go do something this weekend.
I love that.
Awesome. Thank you.
And it does say they're back with an
Yes.
art show,
So-
so,
I'm assuming it's happened before.
yeah. Yeah, I'll see if I can at least share it on my social. Okay. Any other unfinished business?
I do not have any.
Okay, can we just review the agenda for next time? Okay, basketball.
The next agenda will still be November. So do we want to keep Indigenous or Native American History Month?
Yes,
Or
because then
Heritage
we
Month
can talk about what's happening at the mound.
Yes.
So the Norwood Mound,
I'm assuming vacant board positions will still
yeah.
need to be on there.
I'm meeting with the new HR woman on Friday to
Awesome.
talk about next steps with that.
Are there any? Is this where we might push out the call for? Call for interested parties on the resident seat, like
Yeah,
like
would that
what
be part of the vacant board member?
Yeah, like, and do that kind of, submit your reasons why, like how, like I saw it and was able to submit.
Where did you see it?
That's a great question. And I knew you were gonna ask me. Hold on, let me
Did you
dig
see
for a
it
second.
online or a paper?
No, I saw it online for sure.
Okay.
Maybe not for sure. No, I gotta really think about it. It had to be online. It had to be online. It had to be on city Facebook page or something, or Norwood Strong or Norwood Politics or something.
Okay.
I follow as many Norwood pages as I can just to stay in the loop. I have to imagine that it was online. I don't peruse Norwood's actual website often. Previously, I would go there to pay my water bill, but maybe I saw it on the website, but likely it was on the social media
Okay.
outlet.
I can see if Noah would be willing to do an email blast, every once in a while. We don't get those very often.
I don't. Like I said,
Can
I
we
don't-
include it in aren't they doing a newsletter
Ah,
once a month?
I'm gonna ask him.
If not, we can certainly all share it on our Facebook
Yeah,
pages.
I can ask to submit it in all those Norwood Facebook pages that I just mentioned.
I'm sorry, remind me, where should they email if they're interested? To you or to Noah?
No, it's to council.
Oh, to council.
To,
The council email.
yes, I'm gonna pull it up.
I'm looking in my folders.
Why is it so hard?
council@norwoodohio.gov, or email to council secretary at Norwood City Hall, 4645 Montgomery Road, 45212. Sweet. All right. Just emailed Noah.
Cool. Okay,
Take it off my to-do list.
excellent. Okay, the
Okay.
Norwood Mound vacant board positions. OKI.
Yeah, Marsh Park, I've got OKI, basketball, grants, vacant board. Oh, DEI calendar. Probably we won't have done much by then, but we'll just leave it on there to keep talking
We'll
about
put
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can also see what's happening. Is there anything in December that we should? Oh, we need to start talking about MLK Day.
You're right.
Oh,
Oh, wait, can we?
I'm sorry.
No, you're right. You're right.
2024, here we come.
Ay, Pusha.
Pedal to the metal. Okay, well, we can talk about, you
We
want to
should
put that
we
on the
can put that on the
agenda?
agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at that point it'll only be 60 days out.
Oh,
Stop it.
I
right
know.
now.
I am.
I don't approve of that
I'm
language
only.
that you're using.
So sorry.
sucked all the air out of the room.
We schedule stuff in my courtroom like 30, 60, 90 days out.
Okay.
So it's great because it'll be like August and we'll be setting stuff for November and I'm like, it creeps up. Time means so
It
little
totally
to me at
does.
this point.
I have
Yep.
a coworker who's been on maternity leave and she comes back this month and I'm super
You-
excited, but I'm not
Right,
reaching
sure.
out to her because I don't want to push her through it too
Right,
fast,
right.
you know?
don't want
but
to know that it's
Yeah,
coming
I'm like,
up quickly.
October 23rd, here we go.
Sorry.
I'm sure she's like,
You're like,
no,
leave your child and come see me.
come see me. Exactly. Okay, good thought, at least for MLK Day discussions.
All right. Anything else we can think of at the moment?
That's all I have on my mind.
Oh,
So,
I got to.
Same, I think we did.
smart of you to bring up MLK Day.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we'll want to start reaching out to groups, I'm sure, starting next month.
And if we want to do a blood drive again. If we wanna do
Okay.
that.
Maybe you can book the bus in time this year.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't an in time. They
Oh,
weren't.
they weren't doing it.
They
That's
weren't
right.
doing it
That's
because of
right. Still.
COVID.
We just did a blood drive at Great Parks and for sickle cell awareness, actually. And I was having a conversation with some colleagues while we were volunteering, and I have given on the bus before. And it's nerve-wracking because it's very narrow, and you're constantly worried that someone is going to
Bump you?
bump you, which they totally don't. But it's just not.
But it's a thought.
It's a thought, and it's not roomy, and you can't, it's, you know. So anywho, if we don't get the bus, no big deal. But if we get the bus, it's, you know, it serves its purpose. So, no, it's all good.
Could they do something like do they ever like set up like in the health department or the,
For our blood drive recently, we have like an auditorium space.
I say, would it be worth it to partner with the school board and have it at the high school? Just a thought.
we talked about that. And it didn't work because of timing and having non-students in the building.
Oh, that makes sense.
We don't want to cross.
For the health department? Could we
Yeah, it's across the
talk
street.
To Shireen? Maybe they have a space or?
They do have that big room where they did the 513 relief bus space.
I'm
Alright.
nowhere here
No, it'd be hard.
any bigger than this space.
And the ground level is,
Or the community center.
oh, the community, the gym in the community center might be an option. Or the gym at the rec center. If they're willing.
Okay. We'll start looking into those.
Cool.
Cool beans.
Great discussion started already.
So we already have the items for next time, and yeah, that falls under old business, doesn't it? Or DEI calendar. I think we're good.
Okay, adjourn at 6:32.
Adjourn at 6:32.
Very good, nice work.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, team.
Thank you.